So this week in sports, the NFC playoff race has tightened up. The Detroit Lions were eliminated from playoff contention after losing to the Cincinnati Bengals 26-17. Then you had the game of the week, Seattle at Dallas to face the Cowboys, in which the winner would live to die another day, and the loser would be eliminated from the playoff race. Now what's interesting is that with everything on the line, all the playoff hopes and all the marbles on the line to try to stay alive to make it in the playoffs, Dez Bryant still found a way to live up to every stereotype imaginable of what's known as a diva receiver. The Cowboys were up 6-0 on Seattle. The pass rush of the Cowboys did an outstanding job getting after Russell Wilson and forcing the Seattle Seahawks to punt in their first 4 possessions. The Cowboys established their dominance early, and with Zeke off to a strong start after coming back from his 6-game suspension, everything was looking up for Dallas. But that wasn't good enough for Dez. Oh, no. Dez was furious, throwing tantrums on the sidelines, demanding the ball. So after forcing the Seattle Seahawks to punt for the 4th straight time, what did the Cowboys do? They acquiesced to their pouting #1 receiver. 1st and 10 at Dallas' 35-yard line, Dak Prescott completes the ball to Dez Bryant on a curl route before subsequently letting Byron Maxwell punch the ball out, resulting in a fumble. Seattle turned that fumble into 7 points for their first score of the game and took all momentum the rest of the way. Later in the second quarter, Dez Bryant popped the pass up in the air, resulting in an interception, and Seattle turned that interception into another 7 points. This is not a good look, Dez. You were up early on the Seahawks. Everything was going well. The defense was looking great. Playoff hopes on the line. And you still found a way to make everything all about yourself. But you know what? We shouldn't focus on the Dallas Cowboys and them being eliminated. We should focus on the team that won. Earl Thomas, one of the last remaining healthy players of the Legion of Boom on that Seattle Seahawks defense. Your team just beat the Dallas Cowboys and you have a chance to still make the playoffs. What does this win mean for you, Earl Thomas, the Seattle Seahawks, and all the Seahawks fans across the nation? Well, this is awkward. Earl Thomas already out here pitching his services to the Dallas Cowboys in efforts to trade for him. You know what? Enough of this. I am sick of putting all the attention on players who only care about themselves. Let's turn our focus onto a real team player, a real class act. That's right. I'm talking about Brock Osweiler, who did everything he could to get his team fired up against the Washington Redskins at FedEx Field. Never mind the fact that at the time you're 5-9, you've been out the playoff hunt for the last 2 months or so. This is what real leadership looks like. Who the hell is trying to listen to Brock Osweiler? Brock Osweiler is like the 53rd best player on a 53-man roster, and despite that, he's getting paid $16 million by the Browns and Broncos combined this year. In the 6 games you've played this year with weapons including Demaryius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders, you've completed 56% of your passes for 5 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. If you don't sit your 6'7" self down somewhere. Before I sign off, let me just say that I was very disgusted when I woke up this Christmas morning. Before I went to bed on Christmas Eve, I told Santa that all I want for Christmas is that Aaron Rodgers be released from the Green Bay Packers. After being out for much of the season due to a broken collarbone, Aaron Rodgers made his return against the Carolina Panthers last week. And after the Packers lost to the Carolina Panthers and thus being eliminated from playoff contention, the Green Bay Packers designated Aaron Rodgers to the IR again. Now, what's interesting is that Aaron Rodgers didn't appear to have suffered a new injury, and the NFL rules state, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter, quote, NFL rules stipulate that a player needs to have suffered a new injury that would sideline him at least 6 weeks to be placed on injured reserve. If that is not the case, the team is obligated to release the player once he is healthy. Those are the rules, right? Those are the rules. You want to talk about protecting the shield? Oh, we care about the shield and the integrity of the shield. You make all these ticky-tack, crappy calls on the field. No one knows what a catch is anymore. You go after, a year and a half, almost 2 years after Tom Brady for allegedly deflating some footballs. And then you suspend Zeke Elliott for not being charged with anything whatsoever. You make up your own evidence with that. You still suspend him for 6 games. But something that's as clear as day, Aaron Rodgers being designated to the IR with nothing being reported as a new injury, and all of a sudden he gets to the IR, and suddenly Aaron Rodgers is still a member of the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers should be released. He should be on waivers, and he should be picked up off waivers by the Cleveland Browns. I am very disappointed in this Christmas season. I am done.